Hi guys, welcome back to 40 Plus and Unfiltered. So this one might come a little bit of a surprise to some of you, maybe all of you, or in fact maybe none of you. But believe this or not, the consumerism is something that's actually killing our financial future, be it your savings or your retirement. See, this is all about a big picture. This is all about the current system, the system that I talked on the other video. So the system is that we are trained, we are programmed to work and pay taxes and get very little in between. So this is one of part of the system. As I said before, guys, we work for what, 40 years. You pay your national insurance, you pay other contributions, you pay taxes, you pay fines, and you get what you get in the end. It's very little. You get measly your £230 per week on your state pension if you're actually able to claim that. But this is just one part of the system. See, the second part of the system, we are also programmed to consume. Constantly consume. I'm not speaking for all of us, 100% not, because there are people that are very much awake and open to that kind of thing, but majority of the people as general are programmed to consume. And of course there are tools there for us to help us that. So generally, say if you earn your average wage and then suddenly get a pay rise, automatically, okay, there are things there to nudge you to suddenly up your lifestyle. Whether you're one of those people that normally pay attention to what your friends or neighbors have, or anything else. But a lot of it also comes from the advertising and of course the credit card companies. The whole idea of the system is for you to work and earn your money, but at the same time they want you to spend your money, because at the same time where they show you adverts or constantly nudging you to be able to be better than somebody else, they want you to have a better car, better house, better clothing, and you say, well, I can actually afford to do this, but they go, there we are. This is a credit card, so let's all this machine, swipe it in, and you can have anything that you want. And the trouble is, we all fall for it. And I've guilty myself. When we were younger, we all fall for it, okay? Because there's certain things that are out there that keep telling you that what you have is not good enough. And I'm not always saying this comes from the people that are around you, but things that are always thrown at you on the billboards, on the internet, on the TV, anywhere else that you see, there's always something there to say to you that you need to spend the money, okay, to basically fit somewhere or get somewhere by spending it, by buying this expensive coat or this expensive car. And all the reason it is done for us is in the system, because for us to be able to buy this, okay, we need money. And of course, for us to have this money, we either borrow money or we earn money then to repay the borrowed money. But the fact is, you need money. So that means you need to be working and earning money. And this is where this vicious circle starts, or continues in fact, that you work, you pay your taxes, then you get your wages, and then you spend your money. Because the more you spend your money, the more you want to earn money to spend more money, if that makes sense. So the whole idea of the system is designed on you working and spending your money. Because if you don't spend your money, then there's a lot of companies that won't be making money. But they want you to spend the money so they can make more money. And if you then don't buy certain things, don't buy a car, don't buy a house, you feel like you're getting behind. And this is the guilt or the feeling they seem to be pushing upon you without you even realize. They're thinking, well, you driving your average car is no longer good enough because, well, you know, somebody there might be earning more money and having a better car. So there's a nudges all across the whole system to make you aware that potentially what you have is not good enough and you need to be spending money to keep up or be ahead of other people. I do hope, guys, that makes sense. So my point with that one, the consumerism is a huge issue. And we're not just talking about the big things as well, okay? We're not talking about the cars or expensive clothing or anything else on a big scale. The little things, okay? Little things that the companies push upon us, they think, or they in a roundabout way tell us that we need to have, okay? Be it more expensive foods or pre-prepared foods. There seems to be a latest craze of people or of companies inventing very expensive, what they call a unique like beer blends that cost like £4 a tiny little can, which is like not even the size of a Coke can. There's some weird coffees that are £7 per like a tiny little 4 sachets of coffee, because that thing is good for you. Along the way there'll be some advert or some marketing employees in the magazines, anyway, whatever it is, it's literally everywhere. They'll be telling you that this is what you need, okay? Because apparently the normal coffee is no longer good enough or acceptable enough. Okay, there's, believe this or not, some coffee that's a super expensive coffee that cost almost like £1,000 a cup because some monkey somewhere in the forest ate it and pooped it out, and rich people pay for this. So you see, there are many levels of the consumerism, but the point is still the same. There's always going to be things that pushed upon you or in a roundabout way to make you want to buy something. Because if we don't buy anything, okay, they're not making money. And then if we're not making money, then, well, what? They are in a danger. So then, again, the point is, we want that, they push upon us for us to want that, so that we continue working. Because guess what? If we're not working or paying taxes, their system collapses, okay? And they want us in a system, like I said, they want us working for as long as possible to feed into that system for us not to get anything out of this in the end, apart from measly pension, if you're lucky. So this is the point. So again, if we look at this, and I'm trying to get this to the point where I'm really strict with the whole consumerism. And again, I'll do another different video when we talk about what I'm going to be doing about it. But the point is, little things, okay, constantly on a daily basis make us consumers. That's why they call us consumers, because we're consume constantly, like whether we're consuming electricity, whether we're consuming water, everything's there to make us want it or make us need it, okay? It's either one or the other. In the supermarkets, again, there is so many things there grabbing your attention. This is why all the marketing, all the packaging, everything is there to grab your attention, because they want you to consume. And many people, be it not just the food or clothing, anything else, we overconsume. We overconsume things that we don't need to consume. I will give the food as one of the best examples. Anything that we buy, right? So as an average in the diet, we're all different, but meat, veg, okay, fruit, dairy, if you eat dairy, that's that. Okay, none of the stuff that a lot of people consume needs to be consumed or not been consumed in the old days, okay? It's all, again, became part of a consumerism. So somebody told you some way, one way or the other, that you needed to get yourself a coffee at the Costa on the way to work and pay £5-6 a cup. Okay, because apparently it's not acceptable for you to have a little flask at home and make your own coffee and go to work with your own coffee. Do you see where I'm coming from? All those influences there making you their consumer, okay? Because apparently it's not going to be cool enough, it's not going to be good enough, okay? If you suddenly just come up with your little flask, say at the traffic light or at work, because somewhat you'd be judged by some people because, well, why would you not buy a Costa coffee? Because, this is a thing. They made that a thing, and this is just a perfect example. The Costa coffee or the other brands of coffees made them a thing. They made it cool. It's just a coffee, and in fact, there's actually shit coffee. I gotta say that. We've got the homemade bean-to-cup coffee machine there. It makes far better coffee than any of those outlets there. But the point is, okay, they made you consume because they made you think it's cool. Okay, they put little plugs in the in the little coffee shops in there, so you can come there and do your work whilst drinking your coffee. I can do this at home. I can do this in the office. But the whole idea has been sold to you or to some of people, and they think this is what it is. And again, talking about all the other foods, all the other things that people consume, just been given to people as an option to get those people consuming. Okay, and this is the whole point. There are so many of arrays of different foods out there for different person, because not every something will click with specific person, but they want all of us to consume unnecessary things. As I say all the time, because if we don't consume, the whole system collapses. And this is where there's a lot of crazy thing, not crazy thing, but good things actually happening, which I'm going to mention this on the next video when we're talking about the no spending type thing. Because see, everything now is made so badly, okay? It's just nonsense. But again, it's been it's like somebody put in the polishing a turd, basically, and saying to you, but nowadays it's acceptable because, it's cost of living crisis and, all the companies have to cut their costs down as well. This is where the shrinkflations also come as well. But we're buying into this. That's the whole point. Because when generally people say, do you know what? You just basically cut 50% of chocolate out of my chocolate bar and you're still charging me the same money, blaming this on the cost of living crisis, right? And yet your boss, CEO, makes $6 million a year. I wonder that. But we still go along with that because we've been trained to consume. You've been trained to consume that chocolate bar, if that's what you like, for the past 20 years, and you're going to be buying this chocolate bar and still consuming this, even with 50% less chocolate, because you've been programmed to do so. Okay? This is the point. And this is where it needs to stop. And I'm thinking about it real hard now, and there's going to be some massive changes I'm going to be doing, some of how I'm going to be consuming and fitting within that system. So anyway, guys, I hope you find this video helpful and hopefully a little bit of eye-opener. I do hope the examples kind of made you understand. Hopefully I made it clear for you to understand what that means and how big of a part we're playing for all of the shit show that's currently happening. We're a big part of it, and as long as we continue playing that game, they're going to be doing that to us. So there we are. Anyway, well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget, thumbs up. Of course, comment your thoughts down below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.